Hello guys, welcome back to another For Honor video. Yes, you saw the title correctly. Today, we're going to be doing a tier list of all the full guards in this game. Now, what this is going to go based off of is a couple of things. One, whatever you get off the full guard, like damage-wise, you know, if you get status effects off of it, like with Kyoshin's like fancy full guard he's got. Just going to go off a bunch of different things, how useful it is. And of course, this is going to be a subjective video, meaning this is my opinion. You guys may have different opinions, but I'm going to do my best to go over what I think is the best and worst full guard of this game. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. For clarity purposes on a full guard, this is going to be something that you can enter from holding down on the right stick on your analog stick. It's going to be something that has blocking properties, whether it be superior block or normal block. So for that reason, we're not going to count Cotton's like deflect full guard type of move she has. We're also not going to count Valkyrie's full guard that she has, because hers is more of a, not really a defensive tool, it's more of an offensive tool. You also cannot enter from neutral, you have to dodge forward, or you have to go into it from a heavy. So we will not be counting those in this video today. At number 5, we have Warlord. Now, Warlord's full guard is not bad. It's just bad comparatively to the others. And the biggest thing is, to my knowledge, his is the only full guard at this point that you cannot recovery cancel into. Meaning, I miss an attack, they go for a dodge attack. I go into full guard, they get punished. He does not have that right this moment. I believe he's the only character who does not have that. Not counting like Valkyrie, you know, has to like soft fate into hers or whatever. But we're not counting her anyways. But it's the only one that can't do that. Now, is his full guard bad? No, it's not. You actually get 15 damage confirmed off of it. You can also go for a heavy if they're just near a ledge or something, you want to get that. You also have an undodgeable heavy that you can throw from it. Now, it is unfeintable, and it's not confirmed on most hits. Now, there are some hits that are confirmed with Warlord. If you do the full guard and you block like certain heavy attacks, you can hit that undodgeable heavy for 24 damage, or more if you have like deadly or something, which is pretty sick. However, it's not consistent. There's no documentation really as to which ones this works on, because it's very specific to certain characters and certain heavies. So it's more of a gimmick move than anything these days. Same with this headbutt. The headbutt is almost basically useless now that Stam Drain doesn't really exist anymore on that. Just a weird character, weird outdated full guard system. Now it's been tuned up a little bit to make that light guaranteed. Now it's an unblockable stab after they hit your full guard, but overall it just doesn't have as much utility as the other ones. It doesn't have the good defensiveness that you would expect from a full guard. His is more of a approach me if you dare type of full guard, which isn't a bad thing. Again, Warlord is a solid character. I just think for all-around usefulness, it's going to be at the bottom of this list. Next up on the list, we have Conqueror. And the whole reason for this one is two things, really. One, he doesn't have anything he can use out of his full guard to, like, negate, I guess, like, GB attempts. Like, other characters, like Warlord, for example, if you think they're going to GB, you can just kind of, like, get out of it really quick, and you can throw, like, a light, or you can lose, like, your dodgeable heavy. If you're BP, you can throw, like, an unblockable. But Conqueror, you really can't do much in that regard. It's truly just a defensive tool. But not only that, it's very low damage. It is a very low damage tool. Now, you do get the like spinning like 360 unblockable, which is pretty sick. It's nice. It's a good way to like protect yourself from like incoming damage and stuff like that. So it's a really good defensive tool, but the damage is so low, and you can already do that just by bashing somebody. So you can just like dodge bash like an attack and then do that. That the true defensiveness of it isn't as unique in that regard. So it's like, it's not necessary. It is a good recovery cancel move. So if you did like try to bash somebody and they dodge it and they did a dodge attack, you can full guard recovery and then block that dodge attack. And you actually have the ability to throw an unblockable heavy as well, but it does the same damage as the spin. And the only benefit is it can execute. So it's got good utility, low damage. It's just kind of unfortunate the damage is so low. Makes sense because he has Shield Basher, so they had to make sure it's low damage because it's the same move. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's why I have him this low on the list. Next up, we have Aramusha. Now, he has a full guard. You cannot hold it. You have to use it, essentially timing it for when the attack is coming. So that is one thing that is worse on it compared to the previous ones on this list. However, it has very good utility. It has a very good quick recovery cancel. Essentially, the second your move is done, you can click full guard and you can choose it to, block whatever. It's really good in that regard. However, that's about the extent of it. It does have good damage. That's another thing. It has good damage. If you do the full guard light attack, I believe you get 20 damage, and it's a single target attack. Or if there's a bunch of enemies around, you can do your heavy after the full guard, and you do like a wide sweeping unblockable for 16 damage. You also can kick them away, which is pretty cool. So it has pretty good utility, good usefulness, really good for like full guard recovery. The only problem with it is with that recovery part of it, if he does this heavy finisher, his unblockable, and you dodge it, it's a free guard break no matter what. So it's not as useful in that regards. It's really only useful if they just dodge attack guests that you're in like feint to guard break or something, or just kind of randomly in a team fight or something. Either way, it's kind of weird, but the recovery is really nice. And if you do hit somebody that's in like an external situation, they like hit you and they keep going, and you hit them with your unblockable and they hit you again, you can actually full guard again, which is pretty sick. But yeah, it's good, but it's not quite as useful as the ones above it on this list, which is why I have it sitting at the number 4 spot. At the number 3 spot, I have Kyoshin. Now, Kyoshin's is mostly due to his feats. His feats, if you guys don't know, his tier 1 and tier 2 feat, if I'm not mistaken. One of them gives him extra damage if he hits a superior block, which is his full guard or his crushing counters. And his other one is he heals for a small amount of time after hitting his full block, or, he had a superior block. So they work really well with his full guard punishes. They give him so much extra damage. On top of that, you get a bunch of healing back, so it makes for a giant swing in health. And in a team fight, or even in a duel scenario, it's really good. Now, even if you're looking at it from any other perspective, looking at it just without feats, it's still decent. Like the unblockable from full guard, it does 25 damage. It's not the craziest thing in the world, but it's pretty decent off of a full guard. Not to mention, it also has that hit stun property, where it keeps them stuck for a second. So if you do have teammates around, they get an extra hit typically. But overall, it's just really good. You can fast flow into it. So if you do like a dodge forward heavy or something, they thought you were going to kick, and they do a dodge attack, you can flow into that full guard, get your damage, and then, it's not bad. Now, the only problem with this full guard is after you do the full punish, you are at a frame disadvantage, which is not the best thing, especially in a one-on-one scenario. It's not the best thing, but it is super good for team fights. The only reason I haven't put it as high on this list is one, the two above this character are really good as far as what they do, and we'll go over that here in just a little bit. But it's just not quite as useful, just compared to those. It's all comparatively. It's not a bad full guard. It's just these ones above it have a little bit more to it, and that's why this one is going to be number 3 on this list. At the number 2 spot, this one was a close call for me. I put Varangian Guard there, okay? Now, for you guys who don't know, Varangian Guard has a full guard very similar to Aramusha, where you click it and it pulls it up for just a second and then puts it away. So it's not a held full guard like most of the other heroes. However, the things you can get off this full guard are crazy. Not to mention, it does have a special property that's unique. It's above superior block. So superior block, for you guys who don't know, it stops attacks altogether, no matter if they're heavy or light. But in this game, if you external a superior block attack, like you're not aimed at the person you hit, you typically can keep chaining. Varangian Guard's full guard doesn't even allow that. It just completely stops any attacks that hit her, as long as they're not unblockable attacks. And it's very unique in that regard. But not only that, after hitting her full guard, it procs her first 2 feats, one of which heals her team and gives her a defensive boost just for hitting the full guard, or her pressure counters. But we're talking about the full guard here. So she gets a heal for her team. She gets a defense boost for herself. And then she gets her unblockable guaranteed on the target you aimed at, which gives you, I believe, 20 damage or 18, depending on which one you hit. And that gives her her 3rd feat, which I believe gives her an attack boost. I'll have to double check on that one. You may have to check for me, but I'm fairly certain it's an attack boost, which is pretty gross. Not to mention, if the full guard does hit, it stays there active for like a second or two. So if any additional enemies hit you during that, it will just keep extending it. And it will also just it'll freeze any target, basically, that has hit your full guard. It's a grossly unique defensive tool. You can also fast flow into it, very similar to Aramusha, probably just as quick, if I'm not mistaken. It's about the same. I've never noticed a difference. But it's really good. And after that full guard, you can do that unblockable. You can do a crushing counter light if you wanted to. You can do a zone. You can push back the targets that you choose to aim at, because you can like change your target swap during if there's multiple people. Or you can even dodge out of it. So if you did full guard, let's say you full guarded 2 attacks, and then there's a raider coming out of nowhere with an unblockable or like a stampede charge or something, you can actually dodge out of your own full guard and do whatever. You could do a bash, you could side dodge light. It doesn't matter. It's just super, super useful. And not enough people utilize the full guard with her, from what I've seen. Granted, not a lot of people play Varangian guard. She's built very simple. But her full guard itself is just disgustingly good, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. It's really good. However, it is missing a very key part of its abilities, which is why I'm putting it at the number 2 spot here. And you guys could probably already guess who's number 1. Number 1 spot, Black Prior, all the way. And it's for 2 main reasons. 1, the flip flips literally everything, just about. It will flip any attack that comes in, literally any attack that comes in. That's like a normal attack from a person. Unblockable, bash, undodgeable, whatever. It can flip it all. It does good damage. It can flip multiple targets at once. So if one person hits you, it'll extend that little duration of the full guard, and then somebody else hits, whatever. It's just going to keep going. It's going to keep flipping them. There is like a tight timing where you can kind of like hit them and not get flipped. But even then, I don't think it does any damage. So it's like, it's not even worth it. But it's pretty gross in the flip regard. On top of that, while you're in full guard, while you're chilling, if they don't engage you, you can heal using your tier 2 feat. It's not a lot, but you're healing the whole time, which forces them to engage. The only weakness to this full guard is 1, feats. You can like shoot them like with a longbow or something. Not all feats are like that. Some of them are still flippable, like Hinokiri's tier 4. You can flip that. Anything that's like an attack, you can flip it. But 2, if they do try to guard break you, if you are the BP and you make the read and you throw an unblockable, you can typically make them bounce off when they try to guard break you, and then you'll hit them with the unblockable for 27 damage. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. It can execute. It also is a wide sweeping unblockable. It goes from right to left, and it's got a very generous hitbox from what I can tell. It is so dang strong, and it is so annoying to fight. You have to make a really hard read. And even if you're the BP and you're going to get somebody who's good, they may be like expecting you to throw the unblockable, so like light you or something. If you're still in your full guard, you still block attacks. It's not something that you have to like quick press like Varangian guard or Aramusha. You can sit there and just heal and make them challenge you. You dictate the pace of the fight. And it's just so good. And you can full guard recovery from attacks. So like, you know, a light finisher, heavy finisher, whatever. You can't do it off every attack. You can't do it after an unblockable or like a whiffed bash. But you can do it after a lot of things. And because it can flip unblockables, the amount of damage it does, the amount of safety you have after, very little recovery time on it too. It is awkward to try to punish it at the right time unless you're like ready for it. I'm putting this in the number 1 spot. Now, y'all feel free to agree or disagree because this is a subjective list, and some of you guys may be thinking like Varangian's is the best or like Kyoshin's is the best because the raw damage output. You know, completely up to you guys. But y'all let me know y'all's thoughts down below in the comments. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Let me know if y'all want to know any other tier list. One that's not like every execution tier list or something. I can't do that. There's just too many of those, or too many emotes or something. But guys, thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next time. Happy New Year to you guys. Bye.